another important chapter from Telangana Socio-Economic Outlook. So in this chapter, third chapter, this is public finance. Okay, what is public finance? Is it public money or government money? If it is public money, how the government did take money from public? Public finance in budgetary term, we can call it as fiscal policy. Fiscal policy. What is the policy? What is the fiscal policy? Okay, yeah, we are going to discuss the detailed discussion about fiscal policy of the state government. Okay, fiscal policy, the objectives of the fiscal policy is what? Objectives, main objectives are what? Fiscal policy main objective is what? What is actually fiscal policy is government spending money, government spending money and taxation How the government spending money through the scheme or development projects. Schemes means social schemes and development projects, infrastructure like that. Projects. Taxation means it is the tax toward the corporate tax or income tax. Okay, corporate tax, income tax, and this is all over like state GST, like that. This is about fiscal policy. This is about fiscal policy. What is the main objective of the fiscal policy? Main object is nation growth, national income growth. If it is come to the state matter, state income growth. State income growth, and it is about the policy which has to be control such inflation and all. Okay, so second one is inflation control. Inflation control. Third, there is such a schemes about the vulnerable sections and more the marginal people section schemes are there, social schemes. That is the main aim to reduction the poverty. Mean the third object is to reduce the poverty. To reduce the poverty is the third objective. And there is the like inflation. If the inflation is in the market, okay, there is a contractory fiscal policy is there, expansionary fiscal policy is there. There are types. So that can be regulate the price fluctuations in the market. So if the price stability also, the price stability, okay, the fiscal policy, public finance, either government spending money or government taking the money from the people. Okay, that is government spending money through the development projects or scheme like social scheme which is relevant to the poverty, which is relevant to the health, which is relevant to the education, this is the spending money towards the people like development. Okay, this is all over government schemes and all. If the development projects did take, there is a gain of wealth. Such a projects, or if the infrastructure projects, okay, the airport, hotels, and there is a government under sector companies, if they establish, there is a government value like monetary policy increasing. So in that way, there is a spending of money for the government side schemes for the social and development projects for the wealth. Yeah, this is the spending the money towards the people, and government has to take the money from the people, that is taxation. Either taxation, it can be from the companies like corporate taxes or individual tax, which is income tax. All over right now comes under state GST. The taxes whichever the contribute, the share of the state, we can call it as state GST. If come to the nation, it is the GST. In terms of Article 279, it says there is a taxation is there as per GST regulation and guidelines. This is about the taxation of the government in the terms of fiscal policy. This is the policy which is the objective, main objective of this policy is what? This is all our main, the national income growth, or if come to the state, it is the state income growth first objective. Second objective is inflation control. This is the most important. Inflation control is the main objective of the fiscal policy. If the money circulated, huge money in the market, that should be hand over by the government in the terms of to raise the interest. Yeah, of course. And if come to the third objective, to reduce the poverty. In the social, there is a poverty is there are certain programs or poverty elevation programs. Such a program, government spending huge money for the people. Okay, yeah, of course, this is also comes under fiscal policy. And the finally price stability. Of course, there is a inflation in terms of the money or supply and demand. Inflation in terms of money and supply and demand. So it is can be controlled by the process fiscal policy. I hope you guys understand. Okay, yes. And we are going to discuss the what is public finance in the state government according to the Socio-Economic Outlook 2025. The actually the strategic static part of this book I am going to explain, guys. Yeah. Just take a screenshot it. Yeah, key highlights of this book. Okay, according to the Economic Survey 2024-2025, among the Indian state, the Telangana recorded highest share of own tax revenue, that is SOTR. It is accounting 88% of the tax revenue for the April to November 2024. 88% tax revenue which is collected. Okay, yeah, highest share of state own tax revenue. Okay, yeah, tax revenue 88%, guys. Only tax revenue 80%. In the year 2024-2025 demonstrate all more a stable revenue tended to the Telangana, which is the state owned tax revenue is the first 3 quarters consistently. It is around 28,000 crores, guys, first 3 quarters. April, May, June, July is the first quarter. August, September, October, November, second quarter. Okay, this kind of every 3 months there is a one quarter from the April to next March. This is the calendar of economic like financial year. Okay, yes, and it is indicating overall improvement of the collection compared to the previous year. Okay, yeah, the state owned tax revenue around 86,000 crores. 86,000 crores for the period 2024 April to December. Okay, main revenue sources for the taxes is 31,000 crore from the revenue of SGST, state GST, goods and services tax from the states. How much? 31,000 crores is the main revenue SGST. Okay, they can ask you which one of the following taxation is the highest. Okay, revenue taxes is the highest, that is 31,000 crores out of how much? 86,000. Out of 86,000, 86,133. 86,133 is the revenue which is generated by taxes. Revenue which is generated by only taxes. Okay, in that 31,000 from, in that 31,000 and 509 is from the revenue taxes only. Revenue taxes. Okay, yeah. Which is revenue tax, which is SGST, which is coming from 31,509, which is SGST revenue, and sales tax is 24,000. Sales 24,041 is from sales tax. Okay, sales tax. This is about the taxation. First, the taxation in the fiscal policy. We are talking about taxation in the fiscal policy, mean government taking money, money from the people, okay, to control the policy, fiscal policy. In that, the taxation is 88%, which is they take from the people, that is 88% of the taxes. It is overall 86,133. All our state budget is more than 16 lakhs crores. 16 lakhs crores. In that, 86,000 only from taxes. 86,000 only from taxes. The major tax in that is SGST. Major tax is state GST, which is 31,000 crores, and next is sales tax 24,000 crores, guys. Okay, yeah, I hope you understand. This is first, this is second. Okay, yeah. Introduction of the fiscal policy, financial, okay, statement. Public finance play crucial role shaping the socio-economic trajectory of the state. Okay, they might not ask you from this overview. Okay, it is provide a comprehensive of Telangana public finance, focusing a key fiscal indicators, revenue and expenditure pattern. State that the financial management. The chapter examines the Telangana expenditure priorities. It is indicate investment of critical sectors. As I told you, the public finance mean the spending money and taxation This is public finance. Spending money, where it can be spending, as I told you that it is a general category, that is poverty elevation programs, okay, and physical strength and challenges. Can understand about this chapter about fiscal policy. Telangana 2024-2025 budget summary. Government, it is a critical structure of the Telangana journey state. I'm going to explain it, okay? Yeah, with my notes. I'm going to explain it with my notes, guys, okay? Yeah. The revenue composition for the budget estimate 2024-2025. We will going to discuss this, okay? Overview, we know it, okay? Yeah. Government resources are categorized revenue receipts and capital receipts. Revenue receipts and capital receipts. What is revenue receipts and what is capital receipts? Government receipts are different, expenditure is different, okay? Receipts are different, expenditure are different. Receipts mean we have to take money from the public. We have to take the money from the public is the receipts. Spend money mean we have to spend money for the public. That is spending money. How? There are certain programs, schemes and infrastructure projects, okay? This is about the fiscal policy. Revenue receipts are what? Capital receipts are what? Okay? Yeah. This is the question, guys. What are the revenue receipts? What are the capital receipts? Okay? Revenue receipts are what? Capital receipts are what? I'm going to tell you easy. Receipts mean government receive the money from the public. How many types? Government can take money from the every individual through the taxation, that is income tax, okay? That is revenue receipts, of course. Capital receipts mean capital is the what, which is the bigger size. Capital is the what, which is bigger size. Mean government taking money from the huge amount at a time. How? There are government projects. Government give the loans, government establish some projects like companies, government has its own shares, that is also taking money, right? That is also receive the money, right? So that is huge money from the companies, huge money from the loans, huge money from the disinvestments to sell the share of the government, okay? In any companies like public property, if they sell, that is disinvestment. These are all capital receipts, capital receipts. Revenue receipts nothing but it is the individual receipts like GST and all, okay? Yeah. So here just look into here, the revenue receipts are divided from the state owned tax, either it is own tax or non-tax resources also, as there is a transfer and grants from the central government. The capital receipts are include the borrowing, repayment, loans and proceeds from the sales assets, and this is similar sources. Guys, did you understand revenue receipts are what? Capital receipts are what? Revenue receipts nothing but there is a transfers and grants, like if the central government they can take the tax through the GST, that can be shared towards the all states, okay? That is also revenue receipts. Capital receipts nothing but it is actually government borrowing and payments, borrowing or either payment, government take the loans or government give the loans, okay? That is capital receipts. Or sell the assets mean disinvestment. If any like company under the government going to sell their like shares, or else government all over sell their company towards the private, okay? This is the disinvestment. This is also capital receipts, okay? Yes. The budget estimate 2024-2025 for the Telangana as compared with the revised estimate, okay? This is, yeah, the projection increase the revenue receipts from 1,69,000 crores to 2,21,000 crores. It is state owned tax revenue, okay? It is expected to raise from the 1,11,798 in crore, okay? Yeah, to 1,38,000 181 crores. Okay, we will going to discuss guys. Okay, yeah, nothing but the state revenue, the revenue receipts how much. Okay, yeah, as per 2023 2024 or else 2024 to 2025 comparison they are telling. Okay, yeah, non-tax revenue is projected to grow 23,000 crore to 35,000 crores. It is increased non-tax revenue. Okay, additionally grant in aid are projected to increase from 9,000 crores to 21,000 crores. This is projects grants in aid are increase from 9,000 to 21,000. It is huge. It is huge. Okay, yeah, just look into here. I am going to explain it, don't worry. You have to be remember this pie chart. This is important for exam point of view. Okay, exam point of view. Okay, state owned tax revenue, how much? How much? It is 1,38,181 crores. 1,38,000. Yeah, it is about 62% guys, 62.5% only from the tax, only from the state tax, 62%, that is 1,38,181 crores. Okay, this is, they can ask you the increasing order or decreasing order. First is state owned tax, state owned tax. Okay, and next 15% non-tax revenue, non-tax revenue. Non-tax revenue. Okay, yeah. Next, share of central taxes. Central taxes. Next, central taxes. Central taxes. After that, grant in aid. After that, grant in aid. Grant in aid. Okay, this pie chart is the most important. Yeah, state owned revenues, it is about 62%. Non-tax revenue is 15%. State central taxes means central can give the state, okay, that is their own share, that is 11.8%. Grant in aids, that is also providing grants towards the state, are 9.8. Okay, yeah. Guys, I am going to explain my notes later. I am going to explain this. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Telangana recorded highest state owned tax, highest state share of state owned tax revenue among all states. This is statement is you have to be remember guys. Okay, state owned tax revenue share 88% of total revenue. Okay, 88% is total revenue, state owned tax revenue guys. That is stable revenue from 2024-2025. Okay, yeah, 28,000 crores, 28,700 crores improvement from 2023-2024 to 24-25. Okay, total state owned tax revenue is 86,133. 86,133. Okay, state GST is 31, is the first place. Sales tax is 24,000, second place. Just look into here guys, I did made notes from here, okay, from the book. Okay, yeah. In the public finance, I am going to explain the economy, real economy. You may understand what is the taxation system. Okay, yes. Introduction of public finance. Introduction of public finance is what? Play an key role shaping the Telangana socio-economic growth. Okay, Telangana socio-economic growth mean government spending money. Government spending money. Okay, yeah, it is governance also, giving the transparent accountability and development like health, education, and empowerment. Education, health, government, development. Okay, key focus physical indicators like revenue and expenditure patterns. Okay, what is revenue taking, what is expenditure means spending. Okay, debt and fiscal management, management, how much government taking the loans and spending the like tax or interest rates. Okay, yeah, fiscal management. Telangana like expenditure mainly on education, health and agriculture, okay, and infrastructure welfare. Okay, main spending money in this Telangana government. Okay, yeah, it is adopted fiscal discipline, cleared unpaid bill and delayed salaries and pensions. It is a huge challenge for the Telangana. It is ensured timely payments from the 2024, introduced the flagship welfare schemes like Abhaya Hastam. Abhaya Hastam is the government is right now the present government is key program is Abhaya Hastam. Okay, yeah, and if come to the budget 2024-2025, total expenditure how much, total receipts how much. Total expenditure is 2,91,050 crores. Total expenditure, I am talking about fiscal policy in the government, where the government try to spend for the fiscal policy. Okay, yeah, total receipts how much, 2,21,243 crores. Like just look into here, the expenditure is more than receipts. Expenditure is more than receipts. Like just look into here, expenditure is about 2,91,000 crores and receipts are 2,21,000 crores. That is actually, yeah, state owned tax revenue is how much, 1,38,181 crores through the taxation only. In that 1,38,181 crores, it is non-tax revenue is 35,000 crores and grant in aid is 21,000, capital expenditure 33,000 crores and fiscal deficit is 45,000 crores, 3% of state GDP, GSDP. That is revenue surplus is 297 crores. Of course, it is may confuse you guys. It is may confuse you. What is non-tax revenue? What is taxable revenue? What is fiscal deficit? What is debt? What is receipts? These are all terms are different, guys. If we go through the economic topics like economic course subject, you may easily understand. I'm teaching here the Socio-Economic Outlook book. Okay, this is not a pure economy, it is the static portion, it is the calculations of budget or fiscal policy, guys. Okay, here yeah, grant in aid is what, non-tax revenue is what, total receipts are what, revenue expenditure is what, revenue receipts are what, capital expenditure is what, capital receipts are what. Okay, tomorrow I am going to make a like class about these terms, relevant these terms, and Telangana budget all over. I am going to explain tomorrow classes, don't worry. Okay. First of all, the calculations you must know where the number they can ask you the direct in the exam, which is mentioned in the socio-economic outlook. Okay. Yes. Revenue composition. State owned tax revenue is how much? State owned tax revenue is how much? Okay. Yeah. State owned tax revenue is 1,38,181 crores, 62% state owned tax revenue, and the non-tax revenue is 35,208 crores, 15% is non-tax revenue. Okay. Central grant in transfers. Okay. Central, how much they can give the share for the state, Telangana state especially, 26,216 crores. Okay. That is 11%. Capital receipts and borrowings loans are also there in the revenue composition. Guys, they can ask you increasing order or decreasing order. Okay. Increasing order or decreasing order, this revenue composition of the state. Okay. That is mainly state owned tax revenue is 1,38,000 crores, that is about 62%. That is about 62% of the state revenue. And non-tax revenue is 35,000 crores, that is 15%. Central grant and transfer. Central grant transfer nothing but if the central tax, they can impose the tax through the GST, right, from the every individual. That is all over, they can take the GST amount towards the central government, and finally they can distribute the as per the financial financial statement or finance commission. Okay. As per the finance commission guidelines, they can distribute the money. They can distribute the money for the states based on population, based on their governance, based on ecosystem, based on their forestry. These population growth rate, based on population growth rate also. Okay. Based on that financial system, they can distribute as central grant and aids, that is actually 26,216 crores, 11% is central grants towards the Telangana is 11%. You can actually, guys, just remember this is the first place. Okay. This is second place and this is third place. They can ask you increasing order or decreasing order. Okay. Yes. Yeah. State owned tax revenue trends 2023, 2024, 2025. Okay. They might not ask you 2023, 2024. They can ask you 2024, 2025. Okay. Yeah. It is state owned tax revenue, which is April to June 28,000 to 30,000 crores. July to September 28,000 to 28,000 crores. October to December 26,000 to 26,000 crores. It is stable. Okay. Yeah. In that state GST, it is growth observed in April to June. That is how much? 10,000 crores versus 9,000 crores. Okay. Decrease. Motor vehicle tax, sales tax, stamps and registration, state excise. How much, guys? Motor vehicles tax, which is assume it is 1900 crores motor vehicle. Sales tax 7,000 crores. It is more than. They might not ask you the exact number. They can ask you increasing order or decreasing order. Okay. Yeah. First one is 7,000 crores stable growth, stamps and registration 36, and state excise 4,000 and 7,000. Excise is first. Okay. After that sales tax is second. Okay. Third is stamps and duty. Fourth is motor vehicle. Just you have to be order it. You have to be order or increasing or decreasing. They can ask you increasing or decreasing. Okay. The sales tax is how much, motor vehicle, and stamps and registration and state excise. Okay. Tax. Key takeaway, which is key points about this. Telangana maintain high financial independence with 88% revenue from the taxes, 88% through the taxes only. Taxes, that is VAT and motor vehicle tax and state GST. Okay, stable collection is stamps and registration fees are very stable. The excise shows a seasonal peaks. Of course, some areas, some seasons are they can take high revenue. Okay, fiscal management improved after 2023 reforms. Okay, the government aims to the fiscal discipline and welfare growth as balance. Okay, yes. MCQs based on fiscal budgetary policy, MCQs. Okay, this is important session. MCQs is the important session. Just look into here, guys. Okay. Okay, yeah. According to the Economic Survey 2024-2025, what the percentage of Telangana total tax revenue came from the state owned tax revenue is 88%. B, 88%. Okay? Yes. Yeah. State owned tax revenue for the April to December 2024 amount to own tax SOTR is how much? From April to December is like 86,133. 86,133. Okay? Yeah. Which component contribute the highest share of Telangana state own tax revenue is, yeah, state GST. State GST, which is 31,000 crore is the highest share of revenue, state GST, guys. Okay? Yes. Yeah. The expected fiscal deficit of Telangana for 2024-2025 is, fiscal deficit is how much Telangana? 45,000 crores, guys. 45,000 crores. B answer. 255. 45,255, guys. Okay. The fiscal deficit of Telangana 2024-2025 is projected as percentage of state GSDP. 3%, guys. This is important. This is important. 3% of fiscal deficit, guys, in this budget year. Okay? Yeah. Okay? Yeah. The revenue surplus for Telangana in 2024-2025 is estimated 297 crores surplus, guys. It is plus. It is in positive. Okay? Yeah, 297 crores. 297 crores. Revenue surplus mean government expenditure, government receipts from receipts and minus expenditure. Receipts minus expenditure. How much? Which is 297 crores are surplus. Non-tax revenue of Telangana in 2024-2025 is 35,208 crores. Non-tax revenue is 35,208 crores, guys. Okay? Yeah. Grant in aid from the center to Telangana in 2025. How much grant in aid? How much they can provide from the central government? 21,636 crores, guys. Yeah, government, central government give the state government the share of the tax is 21,000 crores. Okay, that is grant in aid. Which tax shows a seasonal peaks? Of course, that is state excise. Okay, state excise tax is the seasonal tax. Okay, as you know. Yeah. Which of the following statement is correct regarding financial budget? Telangana depend heavily on central grants for its own revenue. No, not at all. Telangana recorded the highest share of the state-owned tax revenue among the Indian states 2024-2025. This is absolutely right, 88%. Okay, 88% of state, 81,000 crores. Okay, Telangana revenue is deficit is highest in 20. No, non-tax revenue is the largest component of Telangana. No, only that is tax revenue. Okay, yeah. This is, I hope you guys understand this. Okay, you guys understand this. Okay, next, what is expenditure, what is receipts, we are going to discuss. Just a moment. Yeah, just look into here. This is the Socio-Economic Outlook book, guys. The page I did take from that Socio-Economic Outlook book. Okay, yeah. This is the chapter number 3. Chapter number 3, you go through that Telangana Socio-Economic Outlook book. This is the page you have to read. This is the most important page. Okay, there may be a question. There may be a question from this. Okay, yeah. I did make very easy notes from this paragraph. Okay, before that I am going to read once. Okay, yeah. The Telangana stops in, Telangana is top, very top in position. Okay, Telangana very top in position where state owned tax revenue 88%. 88% Telangana is top for the state owned tax revenue. They can collect huge taxes, so not huge taxes, they can collect the taxes perfectly. Okay, yeah, that's the right word. The review of, yeah, preliminary, okay, yeah, this is estimate 27 state excluding Goa covering the period April to November. The reveals that the gross tax revenue of union and own tax revenue the state have increased as comparable. Okay, among 15 major states, the own tax revenue is accounted for more than half of the total receipts. The highest being in Telangana 88%, followed by Karnataka and Haryana 86%. This may be a question. Which one of the following state has collected highest amount of taxes? During the major states, guys, 15 major states, among that Telangana is the top. Okay, later Haryana and Karnataka 86%. Telangana has 88% as its own tax revenue. Okay, yes, yeah. Expenditure is what? Okay, loans and, yeah, as I told you, fiscal policy nothing but government spending money, government receive the money, government spending the money for the public, government receive the money through the taxation. Okay, government spending money, okay, for any development activities and poverty alleviation programs and such as schemes, they can provide money, okay, public money, that is spending, that is we can call expenditure. Expenditure, they can give you salaries, employee salaries, and there are development projects, flyovers, okay, there are hospitals, making hospitals and schools. This is all over comes under expenditure, right, from the government. So what is expenditure here? The budget prioritize the upliftment of marginalized sections. Upliftment of marginalized sections mean social schemes. They can provide social schemes, the money spending for the social schemes like poverty and health, education. Okay, allocating resources. Okay, Abhaya Hastam, the recent government, there is a scheme called Abhaya Hastam. There is a question, make sure from the Abhaya Hastam, because of the mention in the economic outlook, and as well it is the government expenditure program. from the fiscal policy. Abhaya Hastam. What is Abhaya Hastam? Okay, you have to be read, guys. There is a question. It is ensuring the family below poverty line is neglected. This guarantee aim to deliver the diverse development opportunities for every eligible family. Okay, the social upliftment. The people are who below poverty line, we have to be uplift them. Okay, previously that is neglected. Today in this government the name is Abhaya Hastam. They want give the upliftment for the marginalized section people. Okay, yeah. The budget emphasize it is the boosting the agrarian sector, increase the production while simultaneously focus on urban development through the planned industrialization. They mainly focus on industrialization and for the urban development to lift the urban poor. Okay, yes. The total expenditure proposed 2025 24-25, that is 2,91,000 crores. Government expenditure how much? 2,91,059 crores. Government expenditure is this much. Government expenditure 2,91,000 government going to expend, like they can spend money for the people welfare. Okay, yes. So it is projected 2,20,000, okay, 945 crores for the capital expenditure. It is projected for the at 33,000. Guys, expenditure two types. Expenditure two types. Okay, that is revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. Revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. Total expenditure how much? 2,91,059 crores. In that, that is revenue expenditure. Okay, expenditure is how much? Okay, 2,91,059 crores. Okay, revenue expenditure is how much? Capital expenditure is how much? I am going to tell you what is revenue, what is capital. 2,21,945 is crore is revenue expenditure. Capital expenditure is very low, 33,487. Crores. Just look into this. Revenue expenditure is huge than capital expenditure. Revenue expenditure nothing but there is a giving salaries to the employees, public employees. Okay, like public employee, government employees, giving the revenue. That is also spending, right? And there are spending money for the schemes. There are spending money from the programs. These are the revenue expenditure. These are the revenue expenditure. They don't generate money. They don't generate money. Revenue expenditure, they don't generate money. These are all about welfare schemes. Welfare schemes and salaries of government employees. This is also spending, right? This can be capital investment, they can generate money. Generate money. if public sector enterprises, the companies, if they establish a company, that can be generate money, right? Okay. If establish any airport, if they establish any infrastructure projects, that can be attract the business, right? So in that way, we can give the loans to the companies or private sectors. That is also capital expenditure. Capital expenditure, they can generate money, and the revenue expenditure, it is completely expenditure, they don't generate money further. Okay. Yes, that is the different. Revenue expenditure, how much? 2,21,945. Capital expenditure is 33,000 only. Overall, the expenditure of the state is 2,91,000. 2,91,000 is the expenditure in the fiscal budget year 2024-2025. Okay. With a strong budgetary allocations and effective implementation of government is committed upliftment of millions of Telangana citizens, reinforcement of government commitment to their welfare and progress. Okay. Yeah, this is about expenditure, guys. This is about expenditure. Next, fiscal deficit and debt. What is fiscal deficit and debt? Okay. This is also important, guys. What is fiscal deficit and debt? Okay. Yeah, fiscal deficit mean if the expenditure is more than receives. Okay. Expenditure is more than receives, that is deficit. Okay. If the expenditure is greater than receipt, receipts is deficit, is called deficit. Revenue fiscal deficit. Okay. If you are spending more money, government spending more money on the public, government taking very less money from the public through the taxation, it is minus, right? This is called, we can call fiscal deficit. Okay. Yes, and it is deficit occurs when expenditure exceeds income, indicating the amount of the government needs to borrow. Okay. Yeah, so government needs to borrow from other banks, commercial banks or international banks. Okay. If the expenditure is huge, that is leads to the, there is deficit. Okay. That is leads to the fiscal deficit. Okay. Yeah, loans and borrowings are also there. I made a notes from here, public finance notes. Telangana stops at state owned tax revenue. It is share about 27 states, among that Telangana is top. Okay. Telangana 87% of tax revenue from its own resources, like 88% actually. Okay. After that, Karnataka and Haryana 86% each. Karnataka and Haryana 86%. This is 87%. Telangana 87%, Karnataka and this Haryana is 86% in a row after Telangana. Okay. Expenditure, priority, upliftment of marginalized sections, allocation, abhyastam, that is pension scheme. Guys, this is most important. Abhyastam is the most important. Sure, there is a question from this. This is the pension scheme. Okay. The conditions are what in the scheme is the main resources and types of schemes. No family below poverty line, Abhyahastam mean. Okay. Strategy, equitable opportunities to all. Why government is expenditure? To upliftment of the marginalized sections through the Abhyahastam like schemes, and it is equitable opportunities for all people, and budget emphasize with the increasing the production, focus on welfare through the planned institutional expenditure. That is revenue expenditure is 2,20,000, capital expenditure is 53,000. Overall 2,74,380 crores, guys. This is about government expenditure, revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. Yeah, allocations. A strong allocation on welfare, strong allocation on welfare and subsidies. Welfare and subsidies is the mostly allocated money. Okay, yeah. Government schemes, that is like loans and pensions get prioritized. Focus on irrigation, welfare, pensions, subsidies and debt servicing. Okay, yeah. Deficit and borrowings. Deficit occur when expenditure is greater than revenue. If the revenue is very less, expenditure is huge, that is deficit. Okay, yeah. The budget gap borrowings are raised. The budget net borrowings are 48,428 crores. Borrowings they did take from the other sources. The capital formation is expected to from only 12,000. Government take the borrowings are 48,000 crores. The revenue is generated by 12,000 crores only. It is deficit. Okay, yeah. And actually government strategy to boost capital investment for the growth and infrastructure. Capital investment is different, revenue investment is different. As I told you, capital investments or capital expenditure is to make money. There is a return of the money. Okay, yeah. Loans and borrowings. Loans and borrowings are 61,000 crores they did take from the other sources. Capital disbursement is only yeah, of course, for the capital expenditure is in that 61,000 crores is only 1100. Open market loans are 25,000 crores. Main borrowings. Okay, yeah, open market. They are the main borrowing. Okay, yeah. Government of India loans and special assistance. Loans from Government of India 3,900 crores for the state, Telangana state. Okay, yeah. Debt sustainability. Yeah, sustainability mean mainly they can invest in the capital expenditure, they can generate money. Okay, that is sustainability. Okay, yeah. And debt to produce when it is directed towards the infrastructure and growth and revenue generating assets. Okay, debt is productive. Sustainable borrowings are crucial for the fiscal health. These are the statement important for statement wise question. If they generate any statement wise question, this is important, the concept. Okay, yeah. Okay, yes. Yeah, guys, I am going to deal some MCQs relevant to the fiscal deficit and fiscal policy. Okay, yeah. According to the Economic Survey 2024-2025, which the state had the highest share of its own tax revenue. Telangana 88%, guys, not 87. 88% Telangana. Karnataka second, Haryana second. These are the 86%. 86% Karnataka and Haryana. Okay. Here, next. The proposed revenue expenditure of Telangana 2024-2025 is how much? 2,20,943 crores. 2,20,943 crores. Okay. This is about the proposed revenue expenditure of Telangana. Okay. Yeah. The capital expenditure of Telangana in 2024-2025. Capital expenditure is very less, right? Revenue expenditure is huge. That is 53,437 crores. Okay. 53,437 crores is the capital expenditure of Telangana. Yeah. Total budget expenditure is proposed Telangana 2024-2025 budget expenditure. Only expenditure, this word, not all over. The expenditure of budget, how much government spending money for the Telangana government spending money for the people, how much? 2,74,380 crores. Okay, yeah. What is the budget net borrowing for Telangana 2024-2025 is 48,429 is borrowing from the other sources like loans. Okay, they have to take from the different sources, 48,000 crores. Okay, yes. Which of the following is the main source of borrowing Telangana 2024-2025? Open market operations, which is expansionary fiscal policy, guys. Okay, not contractory fiscal policy. Open market operations. This is actually economic terms, everything. Okay, if you good at the economy, you may easily understand. Okay, yeah. If you don't worry. I can give you the best from the economic topics where the revenue, budget and fiscal policy, revenue policy, okay, balance of payment. I am going to teach you guys. Okay, yeah. How much loan is expected from the government of India 2024-2025? How much expenditure government of India to provide for the state is 3,930 crores. The government fiscal strategy emphasizes boosting capital expenditure and infrastructure and growth. This is important. This is important. They might ask you. They might ask you in the exam. Okay? Yeah. This is important, guys. Okay? For coming exam. Yeah. This is about the table which I made it for very easy, guys. Just look into here. Total expenditure 2,74,380 crores. This is overall planned expenditure, either revenue expenditure or capital expenditure. Revenue expenditure in this revenue expenditure is how much? 2,20,943. It is about the salaries, pensions and subsidies and welfare comes under revenue expenditure. Capital expenditure how much? Only 53,437 capital expenditure. That is infrastructure development, capital creation, like government give the loans, government establishes some companies, okay, to make the money, to generate the money. Okay, yeah. Net borrowing is how much? Net borrowing is they did take from the other loans 48,000 crores. Okay, this is a deficit financing. It is the negative for the financing. Loans and borrowings are 61,000 crores for the development needs. For the development activities, they did take loans from other sources. Capital disbursement is 1100, that is small portion. Okay. Open market loans 25,000 crores. Okay. That is actually main source of the borrowing is the open market operations. Okay. Yeah, Government of India loans. Government of India give the loans to the state 3,930 crores. This is central government give the loans to the state government. Public account borrowings is like 16,000 crores, guys. Okay. Yeah, public account borrowings. Yeah, capital formation which is revised 12,000. Okay, it is about the capital investment to support growth and infrastructure. Okay, Abhaya Hastam pensions like free power, like farm loans, weavers welfare subsidies, social schemes. Economic survey which is Telangana 88% of its own tax revenue it is got. Okay, yeah. I hope you guys understand this table. Very, very, very important. Just look into here, take a screenshot. Okay, yeah. Okay, I hope you guys understand this. This is the mind map. Expenditure, public finance expenditure. Okay, how much? Revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. This is expenditure. Okay, revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. Revenue how much? Capital is how much? The total revenue and capital. Fiscal strategy nothing but boost the capital investment, infrastructure and growth, equitable welfare schemes, fiscal policy mainly. Borrowings are net borrowings, loans and market operation, open market operations. Okay. Schemes, what are the schemes? Farm loan subsidies. This is about public finance of the Telangana government. Okay. Public finance is what is fiscal policy is what. Okay. Just all over comes under this mind map, guys. You have to take a screenshot. Okay. Yep. Key points, total expenditure is borrowings and fiscal strategy, key schemes and highlights. Okay. This is about fiscal policy, guys. Okay. Yeah. I hope you guys understand the fiscal policy, the part 1. I am going to teach you part 2 fiscal policy tomorrow with the terms of like economy. Okay. It is pure economy, guys. What is taxation, what is government revenue, what are the receipts, what are the expenditure. Okay. I am going to give you the strategic complete notes, guys. I hope you guys understand. Thank you so much. Okay. Yes.